We're Blue Martin, and there's three of us here. My name's Chris, and I'm here with Leo and Michael.
Hey, I'm Leo from Blue Martin. I've been writing with Chris for 11 years and with Michael for 3 or 4.
That seems like 1,000.
Hi, I'm Michael, and I'm the addition to the group, and it's a barrel of laughs.
Today we're going to talk about our track Blackwater, which is from our new album coming out in a couple of months, which is also called Blackwater, and this is the title track. So we're going to go through it bit by bit and look at each of the tracks.
So we wanted to start off with, well, this is the rockier sounds at the beginning, so we've soloed the bass. We'll solo the bass with the toms and show the toms. So then we wanted to add a little bit, something a little bit
musical,
string based and musical. So we added some harps and layered those. We'll go through those in a minute. And then to build up some rhythm is something very simple, which is the hi-hats, which have a nice swing to them. Then I think it was from a film or something, we got these kids singing in Sudan, plus some like other airy vocals on top. And then one more vocal on top with a lot of reverb on it. Then we added some piano, so we'll knock out.
Show them how to work with the samples as well, all the samples in one instrument.
Yeah. Well, so I'll just add the pianos just for the. This is pretty much it when you add the pianos, but. But you're right. So we stack things up in NXTs and Reason a lot because it's pretty much the way we used to write on an EMU sampler, and it's not quite as good as an EMU sampler, but it's not too bad. So then, for example, you've got you can choose your output here. So the way we process them differently is those are going through 1 and 2. And what was she's called? It's Flying High. That vocal, if we just solo that sound, these are all going through here. So that one goes through 9 and 10, the other goes through 1 and 2. So if you scroll down, you can see that we've outputted to 9 and 10 here. So that's the kind of amount of stuff. Was it Apple T?
Let's get rid of the wires, Apple L.
So you can see that goes here to 9 and 10 play. So they all are wired in to have various effects, so we can make the one single unit have a lot of outputs, and it's quite handy because you can basically say, oh, I want some reverb, and you can change that setting here to be the right one, which is the way we used to work on the mixer. Then things like, I guess the bass line, we go straight to the bass line, which is so. Almost everything from a Rex player, we choose to route to a filter, a compression, and an EQ. It's kind of the basic things you would require.
Old school compression.
Yeah, it's not a great compressor. A lot of the processing in Reason isn't great, but it's just so usable that you have to use it. So we might want, in that case, to I don't know, to put some other kind of effects on it. And we use one of the ones in here. If we go back to that track, I'm just trying to think other stuff that's playing then. Oh, we'll just do other things, like sometimes we use the preset instruments, like the which is the NN19, which is a super basic sample. So the processing on that is a little bit similar, but we've used unison to give it a chorusing effect and lots of delay. Okay, so in this particular example, there's a piano, which is not a great piano out of NN19, but with the processing it sounds okay. And yeah, tons of reverb on a delay, which is always a good thing. So I think the reverb makes an otherwise pretty basic piano sound good, and it beds it in the mix like this. So let's go a little later in the track. So at that point we break the track down and we have a little arpeggio in there, which I don't think we really process much. With some pretty extreme EQ to make it sound a little bit better. It's a bit messy before that. But it's pretty obvious process, like Mickey says. We've built out from a loop, and it's the same loop in the beginning. A lot of it's just working off the key that this bass line gets.
Generally, be one sample per track that has that quality.
So yeah, I think in this particular arpeggio, we added that arpeggio to break the track down to be a little bit more, I don't know, less, with fewer natural sounds with the arp. So it has this arp. Then what we do, and we do this quite a lot, we would take the exact same arp, and it's called arp high, and I'm pretty sure we would have, yeah, we've transposed this up an octave. So this arp that we're about to add is the exact same sound an octave up, which is crude, but it will work. So then as soon as you add like the hats and the toms, which both have a ton of reverb, you've got a much, like, gives the whole thing a bit more space. So then Mickey's right that he loves his Varus, so he did some filters and a Varus, which is an Rex player, but the Varus was originally, you know, sampled straight out of the back of his hardware Varus, which is here. So we just take a repeated note that's really nicely distorted through the Varus, crank up the mid-range a little bit, and then he just automates the filter. But that gives a really nice push on the start of every note.